What's up, back 40ers? We're at our most recent purchase here in North County, St. Louis. We're here with Chase today, as well as Marvin. Marvin is the wholesaler that actually brought us this deal. Everyone always asks how we get our deals. So we brought Marvin out here so that he can hopefully answer your guys' questions just kind of as we go through this project. Little things will come up. We'll tell some stories and just in general show you guys the plans for this.
This one's gonna be a banger. Follow along.
We need some light in this place. Look at that. All right, we purchased this property for $37,000. This is gonna be a full gut rehab, so we're gonna take this down at the studs, literally everywhere. Something really cool is we're actually doing a full gut just down the street, very, very close. So we're gonna have a great comp going into this property. So we already know pretty close what this is gonna sell for. We're gonna have a really solid comp that's literally our product. So this gives us a ton of confidence to do a flip in this area.
This deal works efficient. It's got a lot of known factors, and it's also got a cool story.
Met Marvin in December. He reached out to this person. Eventually, we walked it, said we need it at 30. You can keep anything underneath. What did the process look like on your side, I guess?
My method is I do a lot of driving for dollars, but I also, pair reverse driving for dollars with this. So I have a pad of sticky notes, and I'm stepping on there. Hey, this is Marvin. I had a quick question about this place. Call me back. They called me back and ended up telling me about the place. She ended up calling me, telling me about the place and was like, hey, the water line in there just burst the day before. He's trying to get rid of it, We see that you got the sticky note on it. We just wanted to call you back and see, what's going on. When I walked it, that was literally the day after that water line had burst in the kitchen. So it was still a ton of water in here. Even when we came in that day, that water line was still on, which they thought they turned it off. So it was more water in here after that. I got all my pictures I needed to get, got out the door. Told Landon about it. He was telling me where he'd be at on it, after taking out for the repairs and everything like that. And he said that they were going to have to be around $30K for it. At this point, I was already high end on it. I was already $10K above that. Went back, negotiated with him, was like, hey, after taking into account for the tree and everything else, basically considering the fact that the water damage is worse now or the mold is worse now, this is where we're going to have to be at. I said, ideally, we'd have to be around $25K. They didn't want to take that. They negotiated and they said, would you ever do 35? And we agreed at 30. Once it was time to get everything signed, we were under the assumption that we had everything signed with everybody, that all the errors were taken and accounted for, and that we were good to go. Then Monday, I got a call from Michelle at Title. And she was telling me about how a few hiccups going on with the ownership of the house. At first, she told me that Pierre, who was the guy that I've been talking to about all of this, he's been showing us the property and everything. At first, they said that he doesn't even own the house. And
This is 6 days before closing.
This is 6 days before closing. So he does not own the house. I was like, what do you mean he doesn't own the house? She was like, well, give me a second. Went back and talked to the people on the team and said, turns out that there is actually 2 more people that are heirs to the house. Immediately, I got in contact with Pierre. I told him, I was like, hey, turns out that there are 2 more heirs on the house. I said, if we're going to close on this, we're going to need for them to sign. At that point, it was kind of like more or less a waiting game to see if they were going to be able to sign on time.
Our notary didn't show up the day.
And our notary did not show up the day of that we scheduled for to go and meet the blind brother. They did not tell us until the day of, like 30 minutes before, that they're not going to be able to make it. Cool, who cares? We made it work. We're here.
That's what a real wholesale deal looks like right there, yeah.
It's one of those cases where we want to get rid of this. If we weren't the ones to do this, they was just going to keep getting, offers that came in lower and lower. So I'm glad that we got this done for them. And then we also got to do, for you guys looking for.
Yeah.
We get so many people, and Marvin, this is like kind of hats off to you. So many people reach out and talk all this game, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this, I can do that, but none of them are true action takers to Marvin's gonna get a deal because he's out there. So that's kind of my closing statements of don't be a talker, be a doer. Mm-hmm. And then once you start doing, then you can talk.
Yeah.
We've even had the conversation of I seriously think we've talked to several hundreds of people that say they want to wholesale, especially because people know what we do. They always ask because wholesaling's like the thing. And out of those hundreds of people, Marvin's the first guy that we've ever met who was really fresh and seriously went and took action.
And mind you, it was so many points in this journey where I wanted to, stop. Literally, I hadn't done my first deal. I did that last year in May. It's been a year since I've done the deal. I've had job layoffs, rent to pay. I got bills and everything to keep up with. Stayed with it and stayed consistent with it enough to where I got here. But it's all about that. No matter what's going on, you just got to keep doing what you can do with what you got.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for any level business.
But had I stopped at any point, I would have got this.
Yeah, it's crazy though. First deal since May. You just gotta keep your head down. At the end of the day,
you gotta
just
keep it down. I definitely learned a lot of lessons along the way, for sure.
Yeah.
Made my mistakes, but that's all a part of the game. You live and you learn.
I'm sure you guys are going to see a lot more of Marvin.
Damn right.
What I think is really cool about this is like virtual wholesaling is such a big thing online. You're way better off to find guys like us, say, hey, what exactly do you want? Because as soon as Marvin found this house, it was literally as simple as we will pay, I believe it was 30 grand as we walked, we were like 30 grand, dude, anything you can get underneath, just take it. Like we don't care if you make 20 grand on it, doesn't matter. Anything under 30 grand you can keep. So it's really nice because you don't have to look for a buyer. If anyone in St. Louis brings us a deal in this subdivision, we're buying it 100%. This was a very interesting deal, especially for the first deal we've done with Marvin. I mean, we didn't think this thing was going to close multiple times. Up until even a week before the deal closed, we had doubts.
Even just getting the purchase price on it was a process.
It really was.
I think I had offered him at first was like 40K. Got in here, looked at him, I'm like, well, damn. And then I heard when Lando was something, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be able to make this slide at 40. Went back and I was trying to push more towards 25. So I'm 25. Can you do 35? I said, most I can do is 30. We agreed at 30.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, when we walked this, we said, Marvin, we need it at 30. Anything under you can keep. Couldn't get any lower, and we still paid him out pretty well just because we're fair. We like having guys like Marvin. Very crucial for our business. So I always want to take care of these guys, and if he would have got a crazy deal on it, he would have made a significant amount of money, but it's how it goes sometimes. So,
that's all right.
Yeah.
Profit is profit.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing I didn't even know was a big problem was the trees.
Huge thing. If you're looking to get into wholesaling, show them something with crazy trees, they're going to tear you up because you genuinely have to get rid of the trees for the most part. Also with sewer laterals, also very scary. If there's trees in the front yard, any real buyer knows sewer lateral's probably in trouble.
Is that our guys?
It's funny.
I know we're good. When we walk this house, Marvin, we don't even see the possibility of salvaging anything. So it's like Landon said, trees, sewer lateral, roof, exterior is kind of like our big scorecards, mechanical pieces.
Yeah.
So these are very predictable, easy ones that, especially with a wholesaler, like we can give you a number because we know what we're getting, and you can work a number. So now you don't have to be the guy in charge, right?
What's cool about this project from like an outside perspective, someone probably walks in here and they're like, okay, it's my first flip. How's the kitchen look? I couldn't even tell you the color of the cabinets in that kitchen. We just bought this house. Literally no idea what they even look like, or the bathroom or anything like that, because it just doesn't matter. We walk this house, we're like, this thing has to be a full gut. Now the question is, how's the foundation? How's the floor joists? We got a sewer scope on this property. We need to make sure the sewer scope's good. How's the plumbing, electrical? Because besides that, this thing's going to be brand new, literally top to bottom. Nothing else matters. Literally nothing else. Windows, maybe you could throw in there, but yeah. We're going to remove this wall. This wall will be totally taken out. It'll be a very big open area. They did have some water damage on this property, so our guys will have to come in and do a little bit of subfloor work, but it shouldn't be too much, to be honest. And we can play with the arrangement of, do we want to remove that door? Do we not? As we get deeper into this project. But day one is get our GCs in here. They come in, mark this place up. Our demo crew comes through. This house will be totally gutted and ready for the GCs to come in within a week for sure.
And Marvin dealt with the seller. This house hasn't been occupied for like some time.
Yeah, it was abandoned for a while. I think the last person that stayed here might have passed, and I think just from that point on, nobody came here. The water problem in the basement already been worse. So, lucky for them, but, I'm thinking like, hey, I could probably get this at the number I wanted it now.
Sure.
Because of that.
More distress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, they understood. They just worked with me. The relationship with not just the buyer, but the seller as well. That definitely matters.
Everyone on the internet talks about getting the seller, but not getting them to the closing table. A lot of people forget about that.
We do have hardwoods, but I don't think we're going to be able to save them. I mean, they're pretty freaking rough, so we'll probably end up LVPing this entire house. But yeah, everything else, it's pretty simple stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's a full gut, so if you see it, it's going to be new. It's pretty much how it operates. Pink bathroom, but yeah. This will go all the way down to the studs. Our demo crew will do that. This is the other bathroom. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you rather have half bath, full bath, half bath in your own bedroom, but the full bath's right on the corner, or one big bathroom upstairs? We decided to go one big bathroom on our last project.
Got a fur coat in there too, Maddie.
I don't know. This house is too stinky.
I don't know. It's covered in plastic. You might be good.
We got a mega surprise. Huge surprise in the basement.
Check out this basement. This basement's nice. I like this basement.
Oh, you have to. You have to. It's only so nasty because there's carpet
Look at that
in it.
Oh, that's the only nasty thing?
Yeah. Me and Landon walked one in I'm gonna say it wrong. Bellefontaine neighbors.
Bellefontaine. Here you go with this.
I'm getting it, man. I've been practicing. When I'm sitting still, I'm like Bellefontaine.
Bell Fountain.
Fountain.
I'm not sure. You're pressing the wrong thing.
I know.
All right, are you guys ready for this? All right, big reveal. Here it is. We got a rap studio.
A rap studio.
You got glass.
Show them the other side. Show them the other side.
Wow.
Full soundproof. We got the mic, baby.
Back 40 rap video coming up soon.
No, this is no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, the other side. Come look at this other side.
That actually is pretty nice.
You can feel it on your ears like as soon as you walk in here.
Oh look, they got the couch and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like the stuff. This is nice. So the question is, should we keep this? Should we rebuild this? Or should we make this a bedroom? Especially the glass studio, like the
You don't
glass.
even get houses that come with this in it. It'll be a big seller for sure, not an extra bedroom.
No other houses will have it.
We'll put 2 mics in it. We'll upgrade it. There's a whole ass bedroom over
Yeah, I actually didn't know this existed.
I didn't either.
This basement is huge. Feels way bigger than Canfield.
Maybe we do keep the studio.
All right.
We'll get Maddie out.
I believe I've seen enough of this basement.
This basement's dope.
So we got hit a little bit on a couple different sewer scopes in St. Louis, which if you do flips, you know what's up.
Landon met smoked.
Yeah, I did, but we buy our deals deep, so it was all right. So yeah, so we finally got our first ever property sewer scoped before buying. If you don't know what sewer scope is, they take off this cap and put a camera down there. We actually have the video, so we can kind of overlay. Yeah, we sewer scoped that way, and then all the way to the back of the house. A little bit of scaling built up, but nothing to really be super scared of, no cracks or anything. Pretty much every buyer's gonna ask for a sewer scope in St. Louis, so it's definitely something you wanna get on top of.
Yeah, we do a repair on almost every single house, whether it's just a clean out, a hydrojet, almost every time we're in a sewer lateral at some point in the project.
Speaking about trees, this is what we're looking at. Also, this is just like, holy, there's probably roots growing into the sewer scope. So we're gonna have to come and get this stump grinded, as well as get all this taken care of. Yep, this whole fence is pretty rough, but the issue is that all these houses have fences. So we're really pretty highly incentivized to not take this down, because if we take down this fence, we're also taking down his fence and their fence. It's only half of our fence all around, so we're probably gonna have our landscaping guy come in, clean this fence up really well, and then somebody will make repairs to the fence. I don't really want to put our main GCs on it, but someone can take care of it.
We learned the hard way. Taking a fence.
We tore a lady's fence out on accident.
Yeah.
This story, yeah.
How does she feel about it?
She didn't really care that much,
She
but
came out and she was like, "You guys know you tore my fence out, right?" She was nice. She just said, "Be careful when my dog's out." Like, okay.